I've just been told I look like I'm wearing pajamas today. So, yeah, thank you. Exactly the person who is doing this sound noise is just said that. So, thank you. You said it for that. Hello, hello everyone. Hello Mordante. Hello Mordante. Hello Kornak. Hello 57 Gem today. Hello everyone who's wishing for more news about Stargate. We'll have some news about Stargate today as well. But there's a lot of stuff that we have to say. So I'm sorry for Edmond Soul. His soul has been hurt by the tune, the tea time tune. Uh, that I'm also sorry that we're not going to change it very soon because we've run out of budget for music. So Edmond, you'll have to stick to that tune for a little while. What do we have today? We have a lot of very cool things to say. We're gonna play it very much like last week. So ask questions. Make sure you ask all the curiosities and things that you would want to know. We have a number of things that we have to say and we will say, and a number of things that hopefully will come out of the chat. Hello, Captain Darwin. Thanks for streaming Flashpoint campaigns regularly. You're our resident Saturday streamer, so that's really cool. Hello, Hetzer. Now, first things first, I wanted to give you a quick update on headquarters. Who wants to know about headquarters? Release date for Broken Arrow, please. Not yet, Cornwall. Not yet. We're having a release date as soon as we've done the multiplayer demo down in the beta, sorry, in June. We'll see how much work there's still to do about on that game. Um, and I'm going to note the question about Terminator Dark Fate Defiance because we have news about that. I have news about not a release date, but I've got some news about Dark Fate. When will you share your hairstyling tips, Cornac? This is just to give you an idea. I'm in the office about 9 to 10 hours a day, and my colleagues tend to bully me about virtually everything. So, give you an example. When they say to ask me to change the cartridge of the printer, they print stuff like this that you can't read anything. Just to say we have to change the cartridge. So this is my day every day. So that's why I lost my hair. So my tip is don't work with anyone bullying you all day every day. Anyway, I have news about headquarters. I was saying there's a new devlog went online. I've got a quick video to show you, and then a few things to say.
Hello, it's Alexander from Starny Games with the new devlog entry. Today I will tell you about the different unit types you can deploy in Headquarters World War II. I will explain how we designed various units and balance their parameters taking into account all the real-life data. If you'd like to know more, please follow the link below to access the full devlog article.
Yeah, so to know more about this in detail, you just have to go on the website and check the article and the devlog there. There's all sorts of information about the unit types you can deploy in the game and a lot more information about the game itself. If you want to know more about headquarters, of course, this is devlog number 5, so there's quite a lot of information out there already. It's an awesome game. It's one of the best looking games we've ever done. If I'm honest. Now, become boss and bully them. Well, the thing is that I should be the boss, but that doesn't work anyway. So something fundamentally wrong about it. More. Just checking the chat. Filigree Kingdoms. Can you show us this first screenshot of Filigree Kingdoms we've got? Now, from when we've announced Discord and we now have like 250 people on Discord channel, Pocus is on a mission to show us something different every week or so. So what I'm showing you there is a screenshot of Filigree Kingdoms. We've got two screenshots. Um, one is about the dynasty system, and the other one is about religion. Um, this one about dynasties, uh, basically, the cool thing about kingdoms is, whilst we're trying to keep it as historical as possible, we are also trying to sort of add some flavor on it without making it a your next Crusader Kings type thing where human relationships are vital importance and you can create all the very cool things that you can do on Crusader Kings, but because we really want to focus on other subjects, but still choosing your hair and making sure that you have a dynasty and you progress your kingdom in a way that you can plan ahead a bit. This is something that we're implementing in the game. I think it's really our way to say, we're sort of trying to create a game that has the flavor of the Middle Ages and also has the elements there that are the characteristics of the time. I think there's another screenshot that was highlighting some religious stuff. Um, Again, this is another big element on the Filigree Kingdoms. We are going to have a pretty deep system about religion. The the again, to add to this, the Kingdoms is built around this engine that we have already proven on with Empire, um, where basically it's really the traditional type of age old game with a lot more historical depth and flavor and such. On Middle Ages, we're again trying to sort of make a further step into that direction. Kingdoms is probably going to be as historically accurate and and fun, meet in the middle and make sure that we deliver a great experience to all of you. I'm really happy about how we're where we are heading towards with Kingdoms. I think it's going to be a game that finally, we are going to ride and progress over time instead of just releasing and, almost like, forgetting about it in a way. It's really a game that has a lot of potential to grow over time. But, what we're trying to build here is the basis for a future long running franchise. Bo-bo-bo. This game looks like it could be a new for Killer Edmund. They say touch wood uh, in some languages. In Italy, we have more colorful expressions, but that's the goal. That's the thing really. Right. So more stuff. You know that, well, I guess because we've said during tea time, but last week we've done Battlestar Galactica free to keep. Enzo doesn't want to say any of this, but I'll say anyway. We've done Battlestar Galactica free to keep on Steam. It was free to keep on Steam for the whole weekend. Do you know that almost 2.5 million people downloaded Battlestar Galactica? It was huge. And I want to thank everyone who supported Battlestar Galactica when we launched it back in the days, because it was this success, this late success of Battlestar Galactica, and how well it was received amongst players who didn't know anything about it, was really very much thanks to support the game had in the past, and for anyone who's played it over time and left positive reviews and such. So it was a huge success. We are very happy about it, about the free to keep system. Of course, lots of DLCs being downloaded and sold as well. But overall, I think that the achievement there was we have managed to sort of a, uh, get the game, deliver the game to a wide public that would have not tried it anyway. And most of them really loved it. So I'm really happy about it. I just wanted to share this. It's nothing to do with stuff that's up and coming or anything. I just wanted to share with you that um, this was a great success. Now, Battlestar Galactica 2. Well, Cornac, we discuss about these things, and sometimes a sequel is not a great idea in a sense that it wouldn't add much to what Battlestar Galactica is already. So we'd love to do something different with that system and with how the game plays and with the type of product it is. But Battlestar Galactica 2 would be but what can we deliver that wasn't delivered on Battlestar Galactica? And I think you'd probably want, you'd probably have ideas, right? Add a narrative layer or add a 4X layer and such. But the gameplay experience of Battlestar Galactica, what made it successful, wouldn't change much. So it would be a bit like, I don't know. There's other examples where a sequel really doesn't deliver something new, so it just doesn't work. So we'll see. We'll see about it. How long before you announce RBS's new project? Not soon, Mordante. Not soon. It's probably gonna be either end of this year or later. I don't think it's gonna happen in the next few months. What about the silent side now? Uh, mm, yeah, maybe. That's not a bad idea, actually, Cornac. Let's see what happens. We keep discussing about these things. By the way, Black Lab Games is very busy doing Battle Sector. The size of the team is not huge, so we have to make choices about and they have to make choices about what they do and what they don't do. And speaking about Black Lab Games, you know that there's a new update coming for Battle Sector. The next update for Battle Sector will be effectively the 1.0 version of Planetary Supremacy mode. So it's hopefully going to it's definitely going to improve the Planetary Supremacy mode. And it's releasing next week. We don't know exactly when, but next week. So stay tuned for that. It's going to include a lot of changes, a lot of improvements, and hopefully fix all the things that you guys highlighted when Plan Sup was released in the first place. I think it was now a year ago something. So just to say, the developers keep working on following on the suggestions that you guys make. Um, so and on on Battle Sector, make sure you join the Discord because this is where, in general, join the Discord of all the games. But if you like Battle Sector, and if because you know that this is a long-running franchise, we've got more factions coming, there's a lot more in development and such. It is the perfect place to suggest things and to make sure that your suggestions are heard, and you also know what is coming in for the game as soon as it's released or announced. Bad Sector will also be present at the up-and-coming Warhammer Fest event at the end of this month in Manchester. The event is being held in Manchester Central. Here it is. Thank you, Miki. And we are going to announce next week, I think, officially, a live tournament of Battle Sector during the event. Tomorrow, sorry. Tomorrow we're announcing it. So if you want to subscribe to that, if you want to join the official Warhammer Fest 2023 Battle Sector tournament, check in tomorrow, and hopefully you're going to see our colleagues there. Francesco, Annie, Callum, and Paolo are going to be in Manchester, and they're gonna, meet you there if you want to go there. Any news about Stargate? Let me talk about Stargate a bit. So where we are with Stargate. Stargate, we are planning to release the game in July. This is the current plan. the beta for the game is going to start very soon, around May. We don't know if beginning of May or late May. This is a kind of different beta, compared to any other game we've done in the past, because you know, for Stargate is a scenario-based, mission-based, narrative-driven type of game. So before we start a beta, we have to make sure that the missions are there, they all work, they have a progression, and it's all working properly. So it's not something that we can just say, okay, just try it out, and then but there's stuff missing like animations or 3D objects or stuff like that. So it's almost like a complete game that goes into beta, and we have to refine and balance with the help of the players. So this is why we're having a smaller, shorter beta, but you're going to know more about that towards the end of this month, beginning of May, and we look forward to seeing you in the beta. But release date is supposed to be coming in July, so stay tuned for that. Will Steel Tigers ever get made? That is a no-brainer. It is a no-brainer. Nothing is a no-brainer. Mordante, unfortunately, I wish. The situation with Steel Tigers is that the 2x3 games is focusing on other things right now, and they have very exciting projects they're working on. And Steel Tigers is not actively being developed right now. So it's not going to come very soon. Sometimes, most of the times, developers want to, develop something they want to develop in that moment. So it's not like the next big commercial thing, maybe, or maybe it's going to be, maybe it's something new, original they've never worked on. It's all depending on a lot of different factors, and I understand that Steel Tigers maybe is something that some of you guys may want, understandably so, but it's not something we're actively working on right now. Battle of Britain update. That's Scramble, I guess. Scramble, definitely a 2024 release next year. We're going to start beta this side of Christmas, though, so there's going to be a beta coming in 2023. What else? Oh, by the way, there's a close combat sale happening right now on Steam and on our site. You can get all the close combat games up to 76% off. The 76% number is being endorsed by Julia, who's making all the promotions. She was very adamant that we say 76% off. Right. Well, in the meantime, sorry, we have more updates on. Oh yes, we have just released a new video for Nuclear War Simulator. The video is the second episode of the documentary style videos we started doing for the release of the game. There's 4 more coming, I think. So I've got that video to show to you. I think it's officially releasing tomorrow, so we've got a sneak peek. Well, peek. You kind of see the video first, and then we'll be back here to talk about more stuff.
Nuclear weapons can be delivered to their targets by a large variety of systems. The most notable ones are ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, gravity bombs, and torpedoes. Missiles can be placed in fixed silos or can be carried by submarines, road mobile launchers, or aircraft. A missile launch facility, also known as a missile silo, is a vertical cylindrical structure constructed underground for the storage and launching of intercontinental ballistic missiles, or ICBMs. They are usually connected physically and/or electronically to a missile launch control center. After the launch, a ballistic missile will travel through space on a ballistic trajectory and release one warhead or multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicles, or MIRVs. Each re-entry vehicle can be directed to an individual target. The positions of all such missile silos are known, but they are usually hardened against blast and are designed to launch the missiles quickly and with little preparation time. Ballistic missiles can also be carried by submarines. One Ohio-class submarine of the United States can carry up to 20 Trident II ballistic missiles. Each Trident submarine-launched ballistic missile can carry up to 8 nuclear warheads, but normally carry an average of 4 or 5 warheads for an average loadout of approximately 90 warheads per submarine. Submarines can fire missiles thousands of kilometers from their targets and are very difficult to detect, thus making them a survivable deterrent in the event of a first strike, and a key element of the mutually assured destruction policy of nuclear deterrence. Aircraft can deliver nuclear weapons as cruise missiles or as free-falling gravity bombs. Aircraft-delivered gravity bombs are the most simple type of delivery for nuclear weapons and were used to destroy the cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Many modern nuclear weapons can be delivered by cruise missiles launched from long-range bombers. This allows launching the missiles outside of the reach of enemy air defenses, making the bombers more survivable. Aircraft can disperse in a crisis and thus survive an attack on the bases where they are stationed. A nuclear triad is a military force structure that consists of land-based intercontinental ballistic missiles, submarine-launched ballistic missiles, and strategic bombers. The purpose of having this three-branched nuclear capability is to significantly reduce the possibility that an enemy could destroy all of a nation's nuclear forces in a first strike attack. This in turn ensures a credible threat of a second strike and thus increases a nation's nuclear deterrence. Another widely used delivery system is the Road Mobile Transporter Erector Launcher, or TEL. Such systems nuclear weapons can be delivered to their target bombers. The purpose of having this three-branched nuclear capability is to significantly reduce the possibility that an enemy could destroy all of a nation's nuclear forces in a first strike attack. This in turn ensures a credible threat of a second strike and thus increases a nation's nuclear deterrence. Another widely used delivery system is the Road Mobile Transporter Erector Launcher, or TEL. Such systems can carry 1 or 2 ballistic or cruise missiles and can move on roads, thus allowing them to disperse in a crisis. The advantage of mobile TEL systems is more difficult detection by the enemy, which makes them more survivable. TELs are deployed by a number of countries and carry tactical as well as strategic nuclear weapons. There are also more exotic delivery systems. One of them is the Kinzhal air-launched ballistic missile deployed by the Russian Federation. Before the launch, the missile is carried by aircraft through the atmosphere and then follows a ballistic trajectory outside of the atmosphere. The high speed and ability to maneuver in the last phase of its flight make it very difficult to intercept. Nuclear War Simulator can be used to create scenarios with any nuclear weapon delivery system that is deployed today. It can also be used to design historical or experimental systems by designing the warhead, the missile, and then placing this missile on a carrier. In the next video, we will talk about the effects of nuclear weapons and how they affect military objects, civilian infrastructure, and people.
A bit of behind the scenes there, what happened. Enzo says, "Hey, I've got a great idea. Let's put Marco on the top right-hand corner so that everyone can see he's alive. And Miki says, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it now. Restarts the whole video. You see? It's teamwork. Teamwork. Right. Where was I? I think that someone was asking about. By the way, Nuclear War Simulator has been featured in an article of, I think, the Daily Mail or some kind of um, British newspaper today. Just it was like an article about Resident Evil, and then the next bit was about a long bit about Nuclear War Simulator. I don't know if it's a great PR achievement or some sort of weird thing happening in the video games industry. But anyway, happy to see that we're featured in such great mainstream publications. Um, Someone was asking about Terminator. So Terminator, we are going to give you huge news next week. And by huge news, I mean very big news. So stay tuned. Next week at tea time, the news will be out already, so you'll know. We're just waiting for some final touches and approvals from our partners at Skydance, but we're pretty excited about it. It's going to be interesting, and you're going to see some pretty cool things. Um, right. So is RBS's project different than what you said last week? You said there was something to talk about very soon. Um, I'd say yes. I can't answer the question. Sorry. Hello, Lijuanus. You're late. You're late. You're almost coming at the end of the thing. I will force you to watch it on VOD on YouTube just after this, and I will ask you questions next week. But anyway, thank you for coming. Remember that on the 20th of April, we have the only release of the month on Steam. Flashpoint Campaign Southern Storm is releasing on Steam. Finally, some of you would say this is the first time ever in our history since I've joined the company that we are releasing only one game in 1 month. So it's a big thing. It's a big thing. It's not only a big thing because there's so much space between releases. It's a big thing because we're sort of shifting our focus from constant like boom 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 releases to a different type of approach. And this is one of the reasons why we take more time to bring more content and come up with very cool pieces of videos and articles and such. And as we move towards that, we give more breathing space for games to be released and played by you guys out there. 17 months. Welcome back, Barrel 713. Welcome back. 17 months is a lot. The one thing I was just saying, we do a lot more content now. Guys, that we have launched the Letters to Slitherine idea last couple of weeks ago. Last week we started reading and answering some of the questions. The first big letter we are going to sort of work on a specific content around is an interesting letter that was sent about IPs and how we treat these things, licenses, and how we choose the licenses, how we work with partners and such. So we're going to sort of answer that in detail. We're going to write a full feature about it and make sure that this question is answered in detail. And so the idea of Letters to Slitherine is really that we transform your curiosity into sort of deep dives into specific subjects, and some of the questions are just easy to answer, so we'll just answer the questions and that's it. And some of them we'll turn them into something that's a bit more sort of researched and that explanatory about what we do and what's happening behind the scenes. And around that subject, another piece of content that we are building around the site is a thing called the Insider. The Insider is really something that revolves more around um, how our job works, how our developers' job work, what is happening around a specific game, a specific franchise, and so on. So the first article of the Insider has been published yesterday. It's a summary of a Q&A session on Reddit that we had with Muha Games about Master of Magic. You will see there's a lot of questions being answered about the future of the franchise, about where the game is heading, about how it's going, about new ideas, how we share ideas, how we work with Muha, and so on. It's very interesting. You can see it on the Slitherine site if you want to check it out. It's again, the Insider. It's not a regular thing in a sense that we don't have like specific dates when we're publishing more articles, but it's a way for us to generate content that is of interest for anyone who's following us, anyone who's member of the community or on Discord or on Reddit or anywhere where there's discussions. And, it's also a way for us to sort of involve you more in the process. We keep saying this. We keep saying that you're the heart and soul of our success in the games we do. This is another way for us to involve your thoughts and questions and hopefully answer some of them. How is Slitherine going to use ChatGPT? It's a good question, Joseph. The whole AI thing, there's a big discussion we're having around. There's a lot of not so easy questions to answer about AI. Sure, it's going to be a future big help and a game changer in making games and developing our types of games as well. But right now, it's all about evaluating how to use it, evaluating what are the consequences of using it, and so on. So we're very much imagine a movie in pre-production. We're very much in that phase, where we analyze and understand what the risks are and what are the opportunities and the threats. And we discuss with our developers. Some of our developers already came up with very cool ideas. We're evaluating them, and we're going to see how it works in the coming months. But definitely an interesting subject to cover. Is the annual Marco Speedo calendar in production yet? Yes, Mordante, it's the one we send you to you and you alone. You only have one. There's only one copy of that, and you have it. That's yours. I have a stream schedule for you. A stream schedule for you after this. Gosh, wait. At 8 p.m. we have Distant Worlds 2 with Das Tactic. He's going to play the Aurora update plus the new DLC, Ikuro and Dayut. By the way, we're going to soon release a great video about Ikuro and Dayut, so stay tuned for that. Starship Troopers tomorrow at 6 p.m. with Sergeant Z-Dog. And to complete the Day of the Dogs, Yok Dog is playing Master of Magic at 8 p.m. And on Saturday, the wonderful resident Saturday streamer, Jim, is going to play Flashpoint Campaign Southern Storm. For Matrix Monday, on next week, we have Command Modern Operation, the last showcase game played by Kushan, and Shadow Empire played by Hexabu. Kushan is playing at 4:15 p.m. and Shadow Empire with Hexabu at 6:15 p.m. I was hoping to use it in a few games. Yeah, no, absolutely. I know using AI is definitely going to be something for the future. I don't know when it's going to happen, like constantly and regularly, and without anyone saying very bad things about it. It's definitely going to happen at some point where we also jump in that direction. It's really that we're very careful about a lot of things, including IP and all the legal implications and all that kind of stuff. When will the CSV update be out? Gosh, Phil, I don't know. CSV, sorry. CSV. Campaign Series Vietnam, is that right? I hope I got it right. I think a new build is coming this week, so it's not gonna it's not too far off. Absolutely. I should ask ChatGPT to write. Oh, stop it, Edmund. What else? Ah, I forgot about this. You know, when it's in the back of my notes, I always forget about it, and I was almost going to be killed by Sarah. We have news about Panzer Corps. Panzer Corps has will have a huge multiplayer update coming towards the end of this month. We've just announced it, so go on the site and check it out. We'll have new multiplayer mode with new smaller maps that we call chess maps. Very balanced, very much like chess, but in Panzer Corps. These are going to be huge. I've played. We've started playing the betas for that, um, and they're going to be great. And so that's one big thing. On we're going to run smaller tournaments, fast-paced tournaments. These maps are great. It's just like half hour games. It's just a great way of also being introduced to Panzer Corps. It's absolutely massive. And also, remember when we ran the World Championship last year, a couple of years ago? The 12 maps that were created for that are going to be included into the multiplayer mode as well. So this update is going to release towards the end of the month. Yeah, I got it right. So I was Campaign Series Vietnam. Sorry, it took me some time with all the acronyms we've got. Sometimes just get lost. And because all of our games are called some combat battle command or of sort, it's always hard. There's always a C or a B or something in the acronym, so it's like very hard to remember them all. Yeah, I think I've answered all the questions. Did I? Hopefully, maybe. Don't know. If you have more questions, don't hesitate to drop them on the YouTube VOD that's going to be uploaded after this, or send an email to letters at slitherine@slitherine.co.uk, and or any other place, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. The channels. All the Discords as well. Make sure you follow us. Next week we're gonna see you at 5 p.m. or 4 p.m. UK time. Like every week, you will have news about Terminator. There's going to be a lot more stuff to say as well. And of course, we're going to have the launch of Flashpoint Campaigns Southern Storm on Steam. So when is CFGGBB getting an update? Tomorrow. I will see you next week. Bye bye.